I just want to read you something from one of the readings from this book a few days ago, for me anyway, and this is what it says. Jess Moody was a young pastor in Owensboro, Kentucky, when he became good friends with a young couple in his church. One day the husband came to Pastor Moody's office, clearly distraught, and said, "Jess, I've just heard the most awful news. My wife has terminal cancer, and it has spread all over her body. The doctors have just told us that she has only weeks, not even months. And Jess, she's at the hospital and she's asking for you. We don't know how to handle it. We don't know what to do." So Pastor Jess immediately went to the hospital, and there the young wife and mother said to him, "I remember in one of your sermons you said that 1,000 years is like a day to God, and a day is like 1,000 years. Is that true? Is 1,000 years like a day to God?" And the pastor said, yes, that's in the Bible. She said, "Good, because I've been doing the math and I figured if 1,000 years is like a day, then 40 years is like 1 hour. I'll be leaving my husband and children soon. He may live another 40 years, but that would be just like an hour to me in heaven. When he gets to heaven, I'll greet him and say, 'Where have you been for the past hour? Did you go into the office? Were you running errands? I've missed you. And my children may live for another 70 or 80 years, but that will be like 2 hours to me.' When they get to heaven, I'll greet them and say, 'How was school today? Mum misses you so much when you're gone for a couple of hours. I wonder how you're doing. Mums just miss their kids so much.'" Jess Moody said that 2 weeks later she died. She went to be with the Lord. The last thing she said to her husband was, "I love you. I love you. Take care of my children. I'll see you in about an hour." Now that's an eternal perspective. That's the real perspective that can motivate each one of us to live the 1 month to live lifestyle for years to come. Well, we're concluding this morning, and my prayer is that you've got something there that's going to take you forward. And thank God you're still alive after 1 month. And we're going to celebrate by eating. I said that to someone earlier on. They said, "What? Weren't we supposed to eat for this whole month?" Well, we can make up for it later on if you haven't. Some of you are looking a bit lean, so we'll make up for it. Our hope is that this campaign that's brought an urgency to your life in getting a quality lifestyle that is superior to the one that you had before, that you're building margin into your life. And the idea is not so much to prepare you to die as it is to prepare you to live. John 10:10 from the Message, Jesus said, "The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. My purpose is to give life in all of its fullness." How? In all, let's say together, in all of its fullness. In all of its life, in all of its fullness. Jesus came not to add years to your life, but to add life to your years. I want to give you a little bit more something in what you do, if only we'll live the way that he says that we ought. And so he says we ought to live passionately, love completely, learn humbly, and be prepared to lead boldly. He wants all of us to live a passionate life so that we will have, it's called a no regrets life. That's Jesus' plan and purpose for our lives. But the verse also tells us that there is a thief. He has a purpose, the thief. John 10:10, the thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. While Jesus' purpose is to give us life and give us the abundant life, the thief's purpose, Satan is the thief. He wants to steal and kill and destroy. That's his plan for your life. He wants to mess your life up. He wants to kill your dreams. He wants to steal away your passion. He wants to destroy love in your relationships. And he'll do it in whatever way he can. God has a wonderful plan for your life, for your life, for your life. God has a plan for everyone's life that is here this morning. But Satan, he's a passion thief. He's a robber. And he uses stress and the problems and the pressures of life to drain away our passion. How many of you know that? When we stuff up and give in to temptation, the aftermath of that, Satan will use that kind of pressure to stuff your life up, to steal your passion for life. And so some of you know what I'm talking about this morning. You say, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about. My passion is not what it was or what it could be," because Satan is using all the stresses of my life to stuff it up. I've kind of lost my zest for life. You talk about passion, I don't know what that is anymore. It's sort of gone, it's all oozed away. Well, actually, too many people live passionless lives because they allow the problems and the pressures and the stressors and even thinking, oh, something ahead that's going to grind me down before I even get there. Oh, I don't want to go there. And that's going to... Satan's stealing away your passion. So let's not let him do that this morning. So how are we to restore our passion for life? Well, I believe it's like having all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. How many have ever done with a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle? One of those. My wife's right into those, and I usually help her a little bit. And we put it on the table until it gets it done. And you know the worst thing about all that is we get them done. One piece missing at the end. And no one will come in and say, man, look at you guys, you did that jigsaw, that is such a good picture, you're so clever putting that up. And they never say that. They always say there's one piece missing. That'll kill your passion for jigsaws. I want to talk to you about the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle for living a life filled with passion this morning. And there's just 1,000 pieces, so it shouldn't take us too long. Good news, 4 pieces in this jigsaw this morning. I'm using the acronym LIFE, because Jesus came to give us life to the full. So it's L-I-F-E. L is for love, I is for integrity, F is for forgiveness, and E is for enthusiasm. I can't wait to get into that one. L stands in the life acronym stands for love. Love is the foundational piece to the passion puzzle. It is the fuel that fires the passion in marriage relationships, is love. It's the fuel that fires productivity in the workplace, is love. In fact, a recent study in the USA was conducted over 20 years, that's recent, with a cross-section of thousands and thousands of different American workers in different kinds of industries and professions, and it came to this conclusion: if you do not love what you do, you will not have success. But if you love what you do, doing it long enough, success will come. And that's a fact. Generally, people don't succeed at stuff they don't love to do. They just do it to earn $1 or whatever. They do it because someone made them do it. But if you put your heart into the thing that you're doing because you love it, whether it's your work or your marriage or your family, you're going to succeed at it because you love doing it. I love what I do. I love the ministry. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it anymore. I may get tired in the ministry, but I never get tired of the ministry. I love what I'm doing. Well, over at Warnbro Church, their pastor finished up over there in March, and he said, I'm out of here, and he's gone. And when your senior pastor goes, one thing the youth pastor to go, we try and get all the people in place we put 2 people in place to take over Pastor Sarah. And as the senior pastor goes, they put lots of people in place. And over at Warnbro, they got the guys on staff didn't want to preach. So they got a roster of lay people preaching over there. One of them is my friend Clive. And he preached a couple of weeks ago over there. And he's on the preaching roster. And he works at Verve Energy, where my son Derek works. And he said to Derek, after he preached over there, he said, man, I'm worn out. He said, speaking of me, he said, I don't know how your old man does it. Week after week, after month, after year, after decade, he just keeps on flogging away. I said, once, that wipes me out for a year. I don't know how he does it. And Derek says to him, well, he just loves what he's doing. He's passionate about it. And he's passionate not just about the preaching, but about the ministry, about the leading the church. I try to lead the church through my preaching. And if we can make some progress and some ground, and I hear Mandy's story, that'll lift me up there for the rest of the year. If I get some more stories like that'll keep me going. I'll still be preaching when I'm 150. We know stuff of me, because I just love it. I'm passionate about it. I'm just passionate. See, passion is the thing that will give you success in your work, it will give you success in your family, and it will give you success in your marriage. Passion.